Good afternoon to our distinguished guests, Rector Sir, respected judges, students, and a warm welcome to all of you. It is an honor to stand before such an esteemed gathering as we come together to celebrate the art of eloquence in the English language. In the presence of our esteemed rector, whose guidance and vision steer our educational journey, senior master, whose wisdom and leadership are beacons of inspiration, we gather here to showcase not just our linguistic prowess, but also our ability to articulate the ideas with clarity and conviction. To the judges, whose discerning ears and keen eyes will determine the victors of today's competition, we extend our gratitude for your time, expertise, and fair judgment. I call upon Judge number 1, Mr. Cecil, the HOD of English Department. Mr. B. Guru, the English teacher, and Mr. P. Guru, also the English teacher. Here's to the dedicated house masters and house mistresses whose tireless efforts and unwavering support that they helped in nurturing our students' talents and aspirations. We owe a debt of gratitude to you, sirs and ma'ams. Your guidance has shaped our students into their being confident speakers they are today. We are immensely grateful for your encouragement and mentorship. As we embark on this journey of spoken words, let us remember that it is not merely about showcasing our students' linguistic skills, but also about sharing their stories, insights, and passions. May this competition be a celebration of language, learning, and camaraderie as we applaud our children's efforts and applaud their beauty of expression in all forms. Thank you once again, distinguished guests, Rector Sir, respected judges, for gracing this occasion with your presence. Let the power of eloquence unite us in admiration and appreciation for the spoken words. Ladies and gentlemen, as the curtain rises on the stage of eloquence, our first participant, Master Basant Prabhu Bhagat of Class 2, representing Everest House, will step forward to recite Mice by Rose Philomen.
By Rose Philomen. I think mice are rather nice. Their tails are long, their faces are small, they haven't any chins at all. Their ears are pink, their teeth are white, they run about the house at night. The little things they shouldn't touch, and no one seems to like them much. But I think mice are nice. But I think mice are nice.
Our next participant heralds from the illustrious Tenzing House and brings with him the youthful exuberance and boundless energy that only a Class 2 student can possess. Please join me in welcoming Soumya Kumar Mandal to the stage as he prepares to regale us with his rendition of
I went to the barber by Kenneth Beat. I went to the barber, he cut off my hair, which should have been great, but he didn't stop there. He slipped with his scissors, he slipped with his shears, and he cut off my eyebrows and both of my ears. I jumped in my seat, causing several more sleeps. He cut off my nose and my cheeks and my lips with one final slipper. He cut off my head, and that's the reason, and I ended up there. So kids, if your dad tells you need a trim, just pull out this poem and show it to him. As soon as he did this, I am willing to bet, and that's the last haircut that you will ever get. Thank you.
Let us lend our ears to the enchanting recitation of Master Bhavya Mishra as he brings Sikh to life on this illustrious stage. Hillary House stands united in solidarity and support as we witness the magic of words unfold before us.
Sikh myself, silver stick. I cannot go to school today. Then little Peggy, enjoy my cake. I have the measles and the mumps, a gas, a rest, and purple worms. My mouth is red, my throat is dry. I have one lined in my right eye. My tonsils are chickenpox. I have counted 16 chickenpox. And there's one more, that's 17. And don't you think my face is green? My leg is cut. My eyes are blue. It's my big asthmatic flu. I cough and sneeze and gasp and choke. I am sure that my left leg is broke. My hip is hurt. Then my chin. My belly button is giving. My back is wrenching. My ankle pains. My bandaged face is tiny days. My nose is full. My toes are numb. I have a silvery thumb. My neck is stiff. My voice is weak. I hardly whisper when I speak. My tongue is swelling up my mouth. I think my hair is falling out. My elbow is bent. My spine is straight. My temperature is 108. My brain is wrong. I cannot hear. It's a hole inside my ear. I have a handmaid and my heart is. What was that? Was that you say? You say today is Saturday. Goodbye. I need out to play. Thank you.
Slender hails from the prestigious Hunt House, carrying with him the spirit of determination and excellence that defines his esteemed house. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to Siddharth Seal as he graces the stage to recite A Ruggy Dog, A Shaggy Dog by Emily Lewis.
My Dog by Emily Lewis. Have you seen a little dog anywhere about? Oh, raggy dog, oh, shaggy dog. He's always looking out for some fresh mischief which he thinks he out with eyes like twinkling stars. Just let me know, for though he's bad as bad can be, I wouldn't change that dog for all the treasures of the sea.
As we transition from the captivating performances of our Class 2 participants, we now turn our attention to the talented individuals of Class 3. We'll request the judges to hand over the score sheet of Class 2. Our elocution journey is none other than Ashmit Mandal, ready to regale us with his rendition of The Mouse and the Lion.
The Mouse and the Lion by Julia Donaldson. In the hottest sun of the longest day, a lion lay down for a doze. A little brown mouse pecked out to play. He danced in the whiskering nose. Pit-a-pat, 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 pit-a-pat. He danced in the whiskering nose. The lion awoke with a sneeze. Achoo! He picked up the mouse in his paw. And whom may I venture to ask, are you? He said with a terrible roar. Grrr, 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 grrr. He said with a terrible roar. I'll save your life if you let me go. The mouse's voice shook as he spoke. The lion laughed loudly. Oh, ho, ho, ho. I'll let you go free for your joke. Oh, ho, ho, ho. I'll let you go free for your joke. As chance would have it, the following week, the lion was caught in a net. When all of a sudden he heard her speak, well met, number lion, well met. The little mouse nibbled and gnawed and bit till the lion was finally free. It's nothing, dear lion, don't mention it. I am repaying your kindness to me. Nibbly, 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 nibble. Repaying your kindness to me. For one of the lessons which mice must learn from their whiskering father and mother is the famous old saying that one good turn always deserves another. Pit-a-pat, grrr, oh ho ho, squeak, always deserves another.
As we continue our journey through the realms of literature and imagination, I am privileged to introduce our next participant from Class 3. Please join me in welcoming Paramatho Burman, who is poised to enthrall us with the recitation of Jimmy Jet and his TV set.
Jimmy Jet and his TV set. Anonymous. I will tell you the story of Jimmy Jet, and you know what I tell you is true. He loved to watch his TV set almost as much as you. He watched all day. He watched all night till he grew pale and lean. From the early show to the late show and all the shows in between. He watched till his eyes were frozen wide and his bottom grew into his chair and his chin turned into a tuning dial and antenna grew out of his hair and his brain turned into TV tubes and his face was TV screen and two knobs saying what and hardest grew where his ears had been and he grew a plug that looked like a tail, so we plucked in little Jim And now, instead of him watching TV, we all sit around and watch him. Thank you.
Our elocution journey continues with our next participant from class 3, Ayushman Roy. Ayushman steps out into this illustrious stage to share with us the captivating verses of A Pleasant Ship.
A Pleasant Ship by Emily Paulson. I saw a ship sailing on the sea, and oh, it was all ready with pretty things for thee. There were comfits in the cabin and apples in the hold. The sails were made of silk and the masts were made of gold. The 24 sailors that stood between the decks were 24 white mice with chains about their necks. The captain was a duck, the packet on his back. And when the ship began to move, the captain said, "Quack, quack."
We welcome our next participant from class 3, Devajyoti Chaudhary, to the stage. With enthusiasm and charm characteristic of his house, Devajyoti is poised to captivate us with his recitation of Wishing for Fish.
Wishing for Fish by Ken Nesbitt. Today I went fishing. I wished for a fish. I fished all day long, but did not get my fish. I cast off my rod with a hook on a line. It gave a small tug. I knew that was a sign. I reeled it back in, but the fish didn't want any. Instead of the fish hook, I spotted a penny. The next time, the line gave a shake. Like a tickle, I pulled it back out and discovered a nickel. I caught a few dimes and some quarters until I reeled with my hook with a $10 bill. I spent all day fishing, and though it sounds funny, I didn't catch one single fish, only money. My wrist might have fizzled, but I am not upset. When fishing in wishing wells, that's what you get. When fishing in wishing wells, that's what you get.
Next phase of our elocution competition, we now turn our attention to the talented participants from class 4. Leading this new chapter of our journey is none other than Master Rudra Singh, who is poised to regale us with his recitation, A Gentleman's Game.
A Gentleman's Game by Anonymous. Let's play cricket. Set a pal of mine. Being a gentleman's game, I said fine. So let me explain how this whole mess started. How events took place when my pal departed. I was approached by a stranger, totally unknown. He had in his hand a bag and a cell phone. By way of introduction, he said to me, for some information I gave, he'd give me a fee. What sort of info do you need? I queried. He looked around and got me worried. I was just here to play
for glory or for fame? Just tell me how many runs you will score. To which I replied, I will try 100, maybe more. No, no, he cried, I've got a present for you, 100,000 to get out into. I thought he was joking. This stranger was mad. I'd better get moving and put on my pad. Just then, he made a call on his phone. Thank God, he and I were alone. For I dread to think what anyone would say if they heard his phone conversation that day. He said all was done and I was party to crime and a whole lot of rubbish, garbage and slime. And as he left, he topped the last shopper by placing his bag inside my locker. Now that I've finished with you, he cried, I'm off to fix the other side. The next day's headlines read in the press, our country's cricket is in a royal mess. For none of our players scored more than 2, but you know how it happened between me and you. Now eagerly awaiting the next big match where I will be paid to drop a catch. In the end, it's the public that would be the fool. They don't know cricketers graduate from acting school.
As we continue our journey through the realms of spoken words, we're delighted to present our next participant from Class 4, Vedant Tebriwa. With a blend of enthusiasm and determination, Vedant steps out to his prestigious stage to share with us his recitation of The Weather is Perfect for Running.
Good Weather by Ken Nesbitt. The weather is perfect for running, so maybe I'll go for a jog. Except I'm a little bit tired, so maybe I'll walk the dog. But he seems too hyper for walking. He looks kind of hard to control. So maybe I'll leave him at home and go for a leisurely stroll. But all of my socks are too dirty and all of my shoes are untied. So maybe I'll sit on the front porch or maybe I'll just stay inside. I see that my kitten is purring and wants to curl upon my lap. It wouldn't be right to prevent her from getting her afternoon nap. It's comfortable here on the sofa. My pillows are cozy and deep. The weather is perfect for running, so that's why I'm going to sleep.
As we embark on the next leg of our literary journey, we come to the stage, welcome to the stage, Wadi Ahmad from Everest House. Wadi brings with him the spirit of curiosity and imagination as he prepares to recite Mr. Nobody.
Mr. Nobody, anonymous. I know a funny little man, as quiet as a mouse. Who does the mischief that is done in everybody's house? There's no one ever sees his face, and yet we all agree that every plate we built was cracked by Mr. Nobody. 'Tis he who always cheers our books, who lifts the door ajar. He pulls the buttons from our shirt and scatters pins apart. That squeaking door will always squeak. For pity, don't you see? We leave the oiling to be done by Mr. Nobody. He puts damp wood upon the fire that kettles cannot boil. His are the feet that bring in the mud and all the carpets soil. The peppers always are mislaid. No one had them last but he. There is not one tosses them about but Mr. Nobody. He puts down the finger marks upon the door by none of us are made. We never leave the blinds unclosed to let the curtains fade. The ink we never spill. The boots lying around you see are not our boots. They all belong to Mr. Nobody. They all belong to Mr. Nobody.
In the realm of literature, Vikram Seth's verses stands as a testament to his unparalleled wit and keen observation of the human condition. Today, Shriyansh Raut steps onto this esteemed stage to bring to life the whimsical tale of the louse and the mosquito.
The Louse and the Mosquito by Vikram Seth. In the king's bed crept the louse. He lived in her ancestral house. They had dwelt here as a fright of 3 decades, and each night she and her enormous brood drank the king's blood for their food. One day, a mosquito flew through the window. As he drew closer to the velvet bed, canopied with gold, he said, "Lovely, just the place for you. Ah, what perfume! Let me see." So he jumped up and somehow in the parabolic leap landed not too far from the tree. So mosquito, flap your wings and leave at once. This bed's the king's. Who may you be, Lady Louse? I am the guardian of this house. Let me sleep here for one night, and I'll catch the morning flight. Well, come in, she said at last. But tonight you have to fast, for on no account may you bite him, as we're trained to do. We can drink and cause no pain, loss of royal sleep or stay. You, I fear, would cause all three. I can't risk my family. Just one bite, I ask no more, for I have learned from learned law that the royal blood contains remedies for aches and pains. Save me, I'm in broken health. Well, finally, the louse agreed. Right, but pay close heed. Yes, that's all old had said, Sir Lee. I know all that he. Keep your still advice, he smiled. Seriously, I'm not a child. It was only afternoon. Fairly early fairness, when the king came for a snooze. Lay down on the bed and sighed. The mosquito almost died of excitement, shock and sweat. No, the louse cried. Not yet, but too late. Rushing to the rash attack, leapt upon the royal back. With fierce and fiery sting, deeply decked the dozy king. Help! A scorpion! A snake! I've been bitten! Search the bed and strike the creature dead. When he made a close inspection, the mosquito fall detection, but the louse clan could not flee. All were killed without ado. Meanwhile, the mosquito flew out, looking out for further prey, humming madly on his feet.
As we transition to the next phase for Class 5, we have the pleasure of presenting Ashwab Sumargi. Ashwab is set to captivate us with his recitation of the timeless poem, I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud. Please welcome Ashwab Sumargi.
I wandered lonely as a cloud by William Wordsworth. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high or vales and hills. When all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze, continuous of the Sadat sun and twinkle of the Milky Way. They stretched in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. Then thousands saw I at a glance, tossing the head in sprightly dance. The waves beside them danced with they, out to the sparkling waves in glee, in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the soul to me had brought. For oft when on my couch I lie, in vacant or pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, which is the bills of solitude. And then my heart with pleasure fills, and dances with the daffodils.
It is with great pleasure that I introduce our next participant from Class 5, Srijon Das. Srijon is poised to enthrall us with his recitation of My Doggy Ate My Essay. Put your hands together for Srijon Das.
My doggy ate my essay by Darren Sardell. My doggy ate my essay. He picked up all my mail. He cleaned my dirty closet and dusted with his tail. He straightened out my posters and swept my wooden floor. My parents almost fainted when he fixed my bedroom door. I did not try to stop him. He made my windows shine. My room looked like a palace, and my dresser smelled like pine. He fluffed off every pillow and folded all my clothes. He even cleaned my fish tank with a toothbrush and a hose. I thought it was amazing to see him use a broom. I'm glad that he ate my essay on how to clean my room. I'm glad that he ate my essay on how to clean my room.
We now have the pleasure of presenting our next participant from Class 5, Akshat Sahu. Akshat is ready to mesmerize us with his recitation, King Bruce and the Spider, a timeless tale of resilience and determination. Please welcome Akshat Sahu.
King Bruce and the Spider by Liza Cook. King Bruce of Scotland flung himself down in a lonely mood to think. 'Tis true he was monarch and wore a crown, but his heart was beginning to sink, for he had been trying to do a great deed to make his people glad. He had tried and tried, but couldn't succeed, and so he became quite sad. He flung himself down in a low despair, as grieved as man could be, and after a while he pondered there. "I'll give it all up," said he. Now, just at the moment the spider dropped with its silken filmy glue, and the king in the midst of his thinking stopped to see what the spider would do. 'Twas a long way up to the ceiling dome, and it hung by a rope so fine. That's how it would get into its cobweb home. King Bruce could not divine. It soon began to cling and trot straight out with strong endeavors, but down it came with a sleeping sprawl, as near to the ground as ever. Up it ran, not a second it stayed, to either the least complaint, till it fell still lower, and there it lay, and a little dizzy and faint.
again it went and travelled a half-yard higher. 'Twas a delicate thread it had to tread, and the road where its feet would tire. Again it fell and swung below, but up it quickly mounted, till up and down, now fast, now slow. 9 brave attempts were counted. Steadily, steadily, inch by inch, higher and higher it got, and the bold little runner at the very last pinch put him into his native spot. Bravo! Bravo! The king cried out, all honor to those who tried. The spider up there defied despair, he conquered, and why should not I? Sure, said the king, that foolish thing will strive no more to climb, when it tries so hard to reach and cling, and tumbles every time. Whenever you find your heart despair of doing some goodly thing, turn over this train, try bravely again, and remember the spider and the king. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rector Sir, esteemed judges, as we dwell in the category of our elocution competition, we are enthralled to introduce our final participant of the Class 5 category. Please join me in welcoming Gadlo Apang, who is about to grace us with his rendition, Television.
Television by Roald Dahl. The most important thing we have learned so far as children are concerned is never, never, never let them near your television set. Or better still, just don't install the idiotic thing at all. In almost every house we have been, we have watched them gapping at the screen. They loll and flop and lounge about and stare until their eyes pop out. Last week in someone's place, we saw a dozen eyeballs on the floor. They sit and stare and sit until they are hypnotized by it, until they are absolutely drunk with all that shocking, ghastly junk. Oh yes, we know. It keeps them still. They don't climb out the windowsill. They never fight or kick or punch. They leave you free to cook the lunch and wash the dishes in the sink. But did you ever stop to think, to wonder just exactly what it does to your beloved thought? It rots the sense in the head. It kills the imagination dead. It clogs and clutters up the mind. It makes a child so dull and blind he can no longer understand a fantasy, a fairyland. His brain becomes as soft as cheese. His power of thinking rust and freeze. He cannot think. He only sees. All right, you will cry. All right, you will say. But if we take the set away, what shall we do to entertain our darling children? Please explain. We will answer this by asking you what the darling wants to do. How should they keep themselves contained before this monster was invented? Have you forgotten? Don't you know? We will say it loud and slow. They used to read. They did. Read and read and read and read and then proceed. Muggeron Road with muffled oars and pirates wearing purple pants and sailing ships and elephants and carnival crouching round the box staring away at something hot. It smells so good. What can it be? Good gracious, it's Penelope. The younger ones had Beatrix Potter with Mr. Toad, the dirty rotter, and Squirrel Nutkin Piggling Bland and Mrs. Tiggy Wiggle, and just how the camel got his hump, and just how the monkey lost his rump, and Mr. Toad, and bless my soul, there is Mr. Rat and Mr. Mole. Oh, books! What books they used to know! Those children living long ago! So please, oh please, we beg, we pray, go throw your TV set away, and in its place you can install a lovely bookshelf on the wall. Then fill the shelves with lots of books, ignoring all the dirty looks, the screams and yells, the bites and kicks, and children hitting you with sticks. Fear not, because we promise you that in about a week or two of having nothing else to do, they will now begin the feel of need of having something to read. And once they start, oh boy, you watch the slowly growing joy that fills their heart. They will grow so keen. They will wonder what they have ever seen in that ridiculous machine that now cities found and clean, repulsive television screen. And later, each and every kid will love you more for what you did. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that brings an end to today's memorable event. Let us all put our hands together for these students who have worked hard day and night with their housemasters and their house mistresses, all edged to their seats, waiting for today.